Hello again, it's Noob, and what we have here is sort of an off-brand Wish.com 22-piece lockpick set. Um, why did I buy this? Well, I guess I'm always looking to see, is there really a bargain pick set from these sites like Wish.com? And this, when I bought it, came to $7 delivered, about £5.70. So $7 for a 22-piece lockpick set. And the reason I chose it was because there were some really nice profiles in there. And the fact that this is made of spring steel, which isn't actually a bad material. Yes, it's a bit softer than a lot of the pick materials out there. It's certainly no Maxiel 301 stainless or government steel. But it was only $7. Right, let's quickly take all these out and show you what you get for that $7 delivered. So I have my detergent wipes, big pile of greasy lockpicks, and my stopwatch. Let's get modding. So here we are, about 2 hours later, and this is what we ended up with. A whole kit jam-packed full of shiny tools. Let's get them all out and see what they look like. So here you are with them all laid out, and hopefully you can see what a massive difference we have here. You can see just in a reflection on my hand how much more of a finish they have on them, how much of a shine. This is only down to 800 grit, and yes, it did take 2 whole hours non-stop work to get to this stage. And of course we had to lose 2 picks in the process, one because it's a duplicate, so this one, and one because well, it had that manufacturing defect in it, so it turned out from 19 to 17 picks. Let's just grab the duplicate, and you can see the difference there between the two. This has razor sharp edges and it feels grimy. This is butter smooth and it's got a lovely shine on it. If I went to 2000 grit, it'd have a mirror shine. As it is, it's just a smooth surface. You know, I think with picks like this that cost $7 delivered, you don't want to spend too much time on them. At least I don't think so. What didn't I change? I didn't change the overall sort of profiles of things like these double balls. They're still very thick because they're designed for wafer locks. I didn't see, again, any point in spending a lot of time thinning down the shanks on those, just because it wouldn't have really achieved anything. So the bigger modifications you probably won't notice so much, but this reach had an extremely big end on it, and I didn't think that's actually going to be useful in manipulating a single pin. So what I did was I sculpted this to a smaller sort of ball tip. I severely thinned down the hooks. Let's grab this one for an example, and you'll see here that this is now super thin shank, same as you go up the sort of hook thicknesses. You'll see if you look really closely in here that getting that kind of blacking off very close to where it meets the handle is really hard. But the I don't know, this red marine grade shrink tube actually feels really good. It feels nice and grippy. That's how I hold my pick anyway, and so my fingers are on there, and it does feel really nice. In fact, the if you listen to this, can you hear that? There's a little movement in these between the handles. There you go. Yeah, and this marine shrink wrap is sort of dampens down that movement. It makes it feel really good. The overall thickness of these is about, let's turn this on, is, well, I'll do it sideways because get it on camera that way, but the overall thickness is around 23 thousandths of an inch, which is really, really good. And picking with them actually feels pretty solid too. Let's take this. What I've also done with the two tensioners, I've just rounded off the tips because they were dangerously sharp. Let's just shove this into this mass lock, and I'll tell you what I think the feedback's like on these. Yeah, really nice actually. Now I know these are spring steel, they're not going to be the most durable of picks, but overall I feel that the quality of the steel isn't that bad. It's just the quality of the finish is really, really poor. So I think if you're very careful with these, and I know that my friend Pete Restall, who no longer does any YouTubing, but he still uses his first set of Majestic picks, which are very, very similar to these, and you know, he doesn't use a lot of tension, and he's got really good value out of it. So what do you think? Is this $7 kit worth it if you're willing to put the time in? Well, I reckon that I probably used about $10, about £8 worth of shrink tube, and wet and dry paper, and a few other little things. So I reckon that, you know, you can add that on. So let's call that $17. Now, $17 is still great, by the way, isn't it? I mean, that's really, really good stuff. That's about 13, 14 pounds. You're not going to get a kit with 17 well-finished picks in it for that money anywhere, I don't think. However, you've also got to factor in your own time. Now, minimum wage in the UK is about £8, which comes out about $10. So altogether, in US dollars, this would come to, even if you just valued your time as a minimum wage amount of time, that's going to be about $37 overall. Okay, so think about that, because you can get a Southord C1500 kit with 15 pieces, not as many tools, but overall 15 pieces, a few more tension tools, for about the same money. So depends on how you factor your own time in with this. And you know, the Southord tools, they're going to be from a reputable company. You can replace a single tool a lot more easily. You know, there are other kits out there for similar value as well. Mad Bob's, Sparrows, you know, and others have kits around that price range, and it just makes you think, doesn't it? You know, if you took your own time out of this, you might think, actually, if you're willing to spend the time finishing these off, you might end up with a pretty decent kit like this. Otherwise, if you do value time, maybe even more than minimum wage, you might want to be looking at some commercial kits just to save you that amount of time. And maybe you're not so practical, you're not used to tools, you know, you're not used to hand finishing your stuff, and maybe a project like this isn't worth it for you. So yeah, I think that this could be worth it if you're willing to put the time in and you enjoy the challenge. I actually really enjoyed spending those 2 hours doing this. I didn't feel it was a chore. It made me kind of appreciate the picks a lot, and I could reprofile them to the way that I wanted. But again, this might not be a project for you, and you might think, do you know what? Time, cost, value, yeah, altogether, it just isn't worth it. Let me know in the comments. Really want to know, do you think that getting one of those really cheap Wish.com pick sets and hand finishing them, is it worth it overall? Or would you just go for a budget set from a well-respected, well-known lockpick company? Worth thinking about, isn't it? All right, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time.